Peekaboo, I just put the boogers in my chain. Peekaboo, 40 pointers like a Kobe game. Popping out, you been not saying my man. Okay, man, legend time. The legend of the Galactic heroes. Man, Reinhardt. Or should I say Kaiser? Kaiser! Whoa. Reinhardt is the freaking Kaiser now, man. He did it. He's up. He's up, bro. And I don't know what the heck's going to happen. I have no idea where we go from here, bro. He's won, basically. And I'm assuming we might get a little, time skip. I love time skips in anime when they're done right. So maybe we get a little time skip. I don't know, because, yeah, he's Kaiser, you feel me? And he had the drip. Reinhardt gonna always have that drip, of course. So we saw all that, man, and he really accomplished his dream that he set out to do as a youngin. So I respect it. I did want to talk about something that was mentioned last episode. I was gonna talk about it, at the end, but I just want to kind of wrap that reaction as that. But yeah, I'm gonna just talk about it in the intro right now. If y'all want to skip to the reaction, go to the reaction. But yeah, when Reinhardt and Wen Lee had the whole discussion, that was a deep discussion about like democracy and dictatorship, right? And I was just thinking, bro, like when Reinhardt was talking, I was like, man, Reinhardt, he's really the personification of like how a lot of, if that's the right word, I think it is, of how a lot of, or like the symbol, or he represents what I feel like is going on right now in the world, because he believes in dictatorship and whatnot, right? And like he's a one-of-one kind of generational individual. So like a dictatorship under his rule wouldn't really be too crazy, we finna see, but I think that he could kind of pull it off. But just in terms of how he was talking about like, man, democracy, like he was talking about Wen Lee, like, man, democracy is freaking, like, why would I want to have to listen to the opinions of others who aren't on my level and stuff like that, right? And I feel like that's how it is in our society, like in real life, you feel me? Especially in this country, like if y'all are in the States or whatnot, like that's how it is, bro. Like they call it a democracy, right? But democracy is not even in the freaking Constitution, bro. It's a republic, but they give you the facade of a democracy almost to kind of ease or fool the people into believing that it really is a democracy when it's not. It's a republic, they say, right, in actuality. So it's the few that have that control, right, to dictate what really goes on in the world, you feel me? So that's the current structure, right? You don't have everybody's opinion pitching in and then like, oh, the majority decision is what goes on. No, you have the select chosen few, right, that make these decisions, and then they'll enact it as they see fit, right? So it's not a true democracy. So it's funny because Reinhardt, I would say, really does share similar ideals to the leaders and rulers of our world, except with him, he's actually he's a good leader, right? And he's I would say, right, and he's honest about his whole thing, right? Being the dictator and being the Kaiser and all that stuff. Like, this is what it is. In this world, they'll lie to you. They'll tell you, they'll make you think that you have some say, but in actuality, you don't. So it's really, ignorance is bliss, right? So you can feel like it's democracy. We'll tell you that, even though it's really not. I feel like most people know it's not. But as long as we say it is, that lie alone is good enough for most people. People, I think, will buy into a lie more than the truth if the lie is good enough. So you can give them that lie and they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna think too deep about it because whatever, bro. So they'll almost just give into that idea that it's a democracy, but it's not at all. And the ones in control, they really running things and doing whatever they please. So that's kind of like a harsh reality that's real. Like we really live in this like right now outside of like on some real stuff. You feel me? So it's just crazy how that conversation just really tied into our real life, like right now, especially with how times are now. And it's funny because I think like with Wen Lee's idea of a democracy, I do believe that if you can have a true democracy, that probably is the best route and the most righteous way to go about things, the majority. But I feel like once you already have like a system as we do now in this world, it's kind of a true democracy, I feel like is you can never have it at this point, because once you have this type of republic or capitalist type of environment, you've already created a society where people, say today we just switch to a democracy, right? It would be trash, because in a democracy you need everybody to be on the same level. You would want the opinion of somebody else to be not similar to yours, but you would want to at least respect another person's opinions, because you can be like, okay, even if I don't agree with him, I know that he's a intellectual person, or he's somebody who's knowledgeable and is a respectable person, right? So it is what it is. But I feel like in the state we are in now, bro, most people are not even educated on politics or nothing. So if he just switched to a real democracy, bro, people wouldn't even know what to really do, or like what to really vote on, or what decisions to make. And that's really because you've trained them not to, right? And you've trained them to be just followers, or just like lesser than, and you leave all that power and control to the ones at the top. So that system kind of neglects a chance of ever having a democracy, because honestly, at some point, I feel like you're going to have one person or a group of individuals, right, that would be like, you know what, forget this democracy thing. I'm not rocking with this system, man. I don't like how my opinion is the same as this guy's over here. I don't even like this guy, and that guy might know what he's talking about, but I don't like the fact that my way isn't what's going on. I don't like the fact that my opinion isn't law. It's almost like human nature. I feel like people are going to get greedy. They're going to get power hungry and be like, you know what? No, my opinion is right. I know what I'm talking about, and me and mine, we should be the ones deciding things. We should be the ones making the laws and controlling the world, because our opinion is right. You feel me? So that ideology, I think, is what gave birth to a lot of systems we see now and what's going on in our world. So I don't think that a democracy is really something that could be long lasting, honestly. That's almost like the goal, like the hope, what you would aim for. But at some point, bro, someone's gonna get like greedy, or like I said, power hungry, right? You're gonna wanna take that control, somebody, right? It's gonna happen. But it sucks, because I do believe like that's probably the best format to go about. But honestly, it's the most accountable one, though. Like if a true democracy was in place, every person, every individual would need to be educated. We need to know about politics. We need to know about what's going on in the world just in general. You need to know that stuff, because your decision matters as much as mine. It forces people to be responsible, not just for their lives, but for everybody else's too. So it's like, I like that aspect of it, because you can't just sit out and let, the small minority, take the faults or take control. Nah, you gotta know what's up. You gotta have some responsibility as well. So it's real, bro. I feel like that's the ideal system or form of government that you would want, that's, at least in my eyes, right? That would be nice to have, where everybody is educated and responsible. But that's a far-fetched dream at this point, because once you have this system like we have now, it's almost impossible to revert to that, right? Because you've trained people to not be like that. So it's tough, man. I just think that if that system were to ever be enacted in a way that makes sense, you would just have to be wary and be observant of every individual, because there's gonna be somebody that's not gonna be rocking with that, or a group of people that's not gonna rock with that. So you gotta deal with those people accordingly. And if you don't, you're probably gonna end up in the situation that we're at right now, so. But yeah, just my 2 cents on that. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, we'll see how things go with the Reinhardt and everything. Ginga AU Densetsu, episode 55. Let go. Man. All hell. Look at that boy. Crazy. I'm trying to figure out what Ruintal's next move is. Ruintal. The new imperial calendar. Whew. Crazy. Kaiser Reinhardt the first. Whew. The winners really determine history, bro. or how history's told at least. That man got a whole new calendar, a little banquets on now, huh? Okay, no flashback. All right. I mean, no time skip. I don't like it. Kiss my feet. Imagine. Oh, that's her dad. I forgot. Okay. 410. You are a tomboy. Thanks. Yeah, twinkle in your eye. Okay. Simple. Oh, the wedding? Hold on. Oh, wow. Look at that comb back. Okay, Frederica. I see you with the pearls. Look at Wayne Lee. Wow. Is he limping? Yeah, he better. This dude really trying to send off, bro. From one to another. Right, the biggest one. Wow. I know. Everybody's watching. Okay. Julian a little hurt. Yeah, boy had to drink it off. Go to Earth, Julian. Get your mind right. My dog, Mashengo. Wow. Some felons. Yeah. What did he mean by that, honestly? Hold on. Are any young girls aboard is kind of crazy. You feel me? That was, I don't know what he meant by that. If that was a joke or I don't know what that was. That was kind of crazy. Because what if there were? like what's up? We trafficking? I don't know. Like what's going on? You feel me? That was a little weird. That's what I'm saying. Odin. Okay. Right, you got him. Bruno. Okay. Wow. Okay. Marquez doing his Robin Hood thing. Papa Lim. Slow down, doesn't? Philosopher. I'm gonna say it again. So they're gonna gain 1800. Excellent. Everybody's saying it. Wow. That's crazy. Empire took away the First Amendment. Meanwhile, my dog chilling. They spawn on y'all. Yep. Y'all not sleeping. They're rolling up behind them like that. Oh, Poplin going too? Okay. Where the baddies at? Babes. Right, don't blame me, man. This is your choice. Caduza. Oh, Julian. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what just happened right now. As soon as she took off that helmet, that man Julian said, what's it, Frederica who? Frederica, huh? Yeah. He done found a new flame. You feel me? Okay. That boy is so shocked. That's what I was wondering. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, is she? Is she? Have you? Have we? Oh, I don't know. Oh, she's talking trash. Wow. You gonna see what the big deal is, boy. You gonna see what the big deal is. Hold on, don't talk about. You gonna see what the big deal is. I don't like that. She gotta humble herself, man. That's big Julian to you. Okay? Get it right, man. Anyway, that's crazy. That means sucks for old boy, Wen Lee's guy who wants to marry off his daughter to Julian. A little competition now. A little competition right now, bro. So we'll see how that plays out. 5, 6 years. After the ceremony, the curtain rises once again. Okay, good episode, man. Shout out to the newlyweds, Frederica, Wen Lee. That was dope to see. My guy Wen Lee with the slick back combed hair for the first time. I ain't never seen him look like that. I ain't never seen him look like that at all, bro. But that's dope, you know. Yeah, they're getting spied on though. The Alliance is spying on them. Imperial fleet probably spying on them too. But yeah, you know, he's still making plays behind the scenes, sending off about 1,800 ships to Mercats to be disposed of, right? So yeah, we gotta wait it out for now, about 5, 6 years until we might need to use them. So we'll see. But Kaiser, Reinhardt had his little banquet and stuff. We saw what's her name, Fräulein's, or Hilda, right, as her dad calls her, talking about some, hey, anybody give you a little twinkle in your eye, you know? So that was funny. Obviously, I think that Fräulein and Reinhardt are going to be a thing in the future, maybe. Also, they talked about that one dude who's sick, bedridden right now. I'm still trying to figure out his like real importance to this whole story, because they have kind of been making him like a point of focus consistently. So I do want to see how he plays into the whole story, and how the other general who got that like mustache or whatever, forgot his name, but how he plays into the story too, and what that whole kind of tense scene was between him and Fräulein like way episodes ago. Yeah, either way, Julian, he's on his way to Earth. Poplin going with him too, so another good assist. You feel me? Got my guy Mashenko, got Poplin, a little pretty good squad. Konev is obviously leading the way on the ship for them, and yeah, we saw the new, I guess, girl, right? The ginger chick, talking about Julian, a soft guy. What's the big deal about him? She gonna see what the big deal is. She gonna see. But yeah, I do wonder what her backstory is, and you know, her whole thing with her family, because there's something there. So we'll see about that. Good episode. We might see a time skip in the next one, maybe not, you know, because things are still slowly moving into place, and the curtain is rising on a new era, right? So we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's it, man. Catch you on the next. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay healthy, stay powerful, stay blessed.